Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Rule the Waves 2 as the United States. We are still in a war with the British, and the Germans joined in a little bit later on. This part we are starting off at another invasion of Maine that began at the end of the last part. Get my timer started. Now, I'm 99.9% certain the enemy's going to be coming from somewhere down here. So I'm going to let the armored cruisers here, the San Diego and the Huron, keep going northeast, but I am going to actually send the Beale and the Chauncey down more or less straight south. I'm going to make some slight adjustments here to how my battle line's going to be moving. We're going to sort of try and get the British into kind of a crossfire. By the time we should see them, day should break. So even though it's technically night right now, it shouldn't negatively affect us. We'll see though. A little bit more south. Get these guys going. Now they should be pretty far south in theory. Gonna be a little bit before we actually, there we go. And I don't know what it is, but there we go. Unidentified ship, which basically guarantees it's an enemy. As far as I know, you never get unidentified ships for anything that is a friendly. Or at the very least, I've never seen it. Before I forget, let me go ahead and set my destroyers to not fire torpedoes just for the sake of firing torpedoes. I don't know who spotted this ship. Looks like it was probably the Chattanooga, because that outer circle is your sighting range. I mean, technically it's outside of everybody's sighting range, but you know, somebody saw something. Yep, there's everything else. These are their combat ships. The transports are probably a little bit further back. Battleship's probably in the rear. This is fine. Did I tell you to change back? Yes, I did. Okay. Oh, are the transports right here? Okay. Okay. Transports are a little bit further north than I was expecting, which is kind of an issue. I'm gonna have to force those guys south as soon as possible. Go ahead and basically set all these guys to head straight east. I'll let you to go a little bit northeast. Oh yeah, okay. Their transports are much further north than I was expecting. We gotta sync though, so I'm gonna make sure to set my battleships here, the Connecticut, Illinois, Arizona, and Delaware, to focus fire on the transports once those get in range. Because those need to be knocked out. There's the battleships, or at least some of them. Well, presumably. Of course, it's possible that those aren't actually battleships. I'm also not a big fan of one being identified as a dreadnought. I'm just going to go ahead and mention that right now. That is not something I particularly like. Okay, we seem to be forcing the transports to turn around, at least a little. Still firing on the destroyer there, which is fine. Also, how have we not identified what the destroyer is? I feel like we should have done that already by now. You guys need to turn. That guy... Okay, that guy's just outside your range. Still failing to identify. Are you sure those are battleships in Dreadnought's game? Because this guy's being marked as an armored cruiser. And when I right-click, you do indeed say it is in fact an armored cruiser, as you claim. It looks to be moving in formation with these guys, so I think these are actually armored cruisers. Do you guys have firing on the transports? You do. Wonderful. Fire on the ones that are a little bit further north. You actually fire on those guys. Michigan's an old Oklahoma. One of the rebuilt ones in 1904. I really want to identify what these guys are for certain. If those are their battleships, I'm bringing my destroyers in. But it's possible these are also battleships. Yeah, like I said, it's possible these are also battleships. But I won't know until later. Also, I can't really do anything about the game being very slow, for anyone who notices that during these very big battles. This is just the way these big battles tend to be. They tend to play slow, and then also just the general kind of frame rate is not that great. Okay, that's being marked as a destroyer potentially now. I can't quite tell if those guys are in formation or not. And yeah, okay, so those are armored cruisers, so their battleships are down here, and that would make sense, because, of course, every single one of their 1,000,001 battleships are going to be more or less in the same kind of area. I really wish I could make smoke. It'd be wonderful if I could. But sadly, I don't yet have the ability to do that. I'm not sure if you can even make smoke with coal. I actually don't know that for certain. Possibly you can only make smoke with oil. Cruiser Division 14 misunderstood. I don't know which one's Cruiser Division 14. You are. Well, your misunderstanding isn't the worst thing ever, so I think we'll live. Now, I want to know what this one that you're marking as a dreadnought is. Because that is not something... I didn't think they had the dreadnoughts out yet. I thought those still had a little ways to go. By a little ways to go, I mean we're probably talking a year and a half at least. Or, well, at least roundabout there. We are hitting the transports. We need to sink as many of these transports as we can. And destroyers tend to do a really good job at that, but I also have the issue of destroyers have another job that I could really use them for. You know, sinking all the enemy battleships, or at least a couple. But the transports are kind of priority number one, and the Barry got hit by something big. What the hell did you take? I don't know. You took a couple 6-inch shells, and they just absolutely wrecked your ability to stay afloat. So, Hopkins, get out of there. We're not gonna bring our destroyers in for a run right now. It is interesting that they're bringing corvettes in, apparently. I mean, I understand that you can get corvettes in battles, because I've had it. But it is interesting. Typically you don't. Okay, guys, I need you to focus on the transports. Like I said, they are priority number one. Everything else can wait right now. As we wait for Cruiser Division 16 to make its way down here. We are forcing the destroyers to, or not the destroyers, the transports to stop going north, which is great, because I don't want them going north. You guys are firing on the wrong targets. That guy's far out on your range. Let's, oh boy. You know what? Screw it. Pick your damn target however you want. If you want to knock out the armored cruisers, I won't stop you. You should have an easy time. Well, at least the Connecticut should have an easy time knocking them out. If they could close range, which they can't because they're slowed down by the frickin' Illinois and the other ones that are super slow. I need you to sink that guy. Battleship. Yeah. Oh boy, these guys are not going to be able to get here anytime soon. You guys need to really break off. You don't have a shot on anybody's. Okay, well, I'm not seeing anything marked as a dreadnought, so it's just the game playing tricks on me saying dreadnoughts can exist now. No, they're still just all battleships, which is fine. I can deal with battleships. You guys. There you go. Fire on that. I assume you have a shot potentially on that Andromeda. Do. I don't think that arc is going to be particularly likely to hit, so let's just not. As long as I can force the destroyer south, or the transport south, that'll be okay. You guys might want to turn north. Actually, no, just keep going east. Looking like he's almost trying to ram you. And Chattanooga's taking some shots. I assume from those armored cruisers. You do have torpedoes. Do you have a shot on anything? I assume no. Well, you have a shot on one of the armored cruisers there that are all just kind of in a mess. Yeah, a shot on the Europa. No, I think I'm gonna have you take the shot at the Euryalus out there. Because I think that's more likely to hit literally anything. Destroyer Division 6 misunderstood, but that's okay. That destroyer has definitely not taken medium damage if it is still traveling at 20 knots. We're just gonna forget about those guys for now. Giant clusterfuck, for lack of a better term. Oh wow, we did end up actually hitting that Euryalus apparently. That is surprising to say the least. You don't have a shot on anything because it's on the other side. The what? Port side, okay. Well, actually, in theory, you might be able to fire it at this transport if I wanted you to. You guys do apparently manage to reload submerged torpedoes, which I did not realize was a thing. So, maybe I will have you fire that at this guy, because you'll just reload anyway. You got nothing better to fire on right now. Ah. You might have had a shot the last time, but now you don't. I don't think we've sunk any of their transports yet. Oh, we haven't sunk anything. Okay, you guys go basically straight north. Get the Hopkins to turn. You guys basically just keep your current heading. you're not getting anywhere anytime soon. Shot I could potentially get you to have. Right. Well, that Euryalus is probably going down, so it's not that big of a deal. How about you guys turn south just a little? Or don't, because you guys are just way too slow to be able to react, so never mind. Shot at that Europa. Don't think you will. I just want to check. Game actually says you do, so you know what? Give it a shot. If you hit, great. If you don't, well, I told you to try it. So, you never know. And you may not even hit that Europa. You may manage to hit the other one. Nope. They were reforming their lines, apparently. Destroyers, you turn. Michigan, I don't know what you're doing right now. You turn. Arizona's taken a superstructure hit, but it seems to have done nothing. Yeah, it did literally nothing. Oh, hey, Beal. You gotta... No, not quite? Okay. You turn north just a little. Got a shot on the Rodney there. Is there any way you can get a shot out on the Magnificent that is literally right on your heel? No, in fact, I don't even see the Magnificent here, which is kind of interesting to say the least. But sure, take a shot at the Rodney. Chauncey, do you happen to have a shot at the Magnificent? You do. You try it. And managed to get no hits. Beal, try again. Chauncey, you only got one torpedo left, and you don't currently have a solution on him. Well, I don't know whose torpedo that Magnificent hit, because I see a torpedo going through it there. Well, not going through it, but I see a torpedo that had already gone through there, indicating it should not have been hit, but whatever, game. I won't complain. It helps me sink enemy ships faster. I will not complain in the slightest. Chauncey, I need you to get a shot on that Rodney. Literally any shot will do. Got other stuff. I don't like that those guys are sort of trying to head north, but it's not that big of a deal right now, because I have those armored cruisers coming in from the north that should force them to come back down south. Area is officially sunk. That's our first blow. Oh, yeah, that thing has submerged torpedoes, so maybe go a little bit north. Just a little, not too much. Chauncey, I think you have a shot at that Rodney now. You don't. Okay, never mind then. Drake, do you happen to have one? No, I see the Magnificent, but I don't want you firing on the Magnificent. Actually, no, don't bother. Just a little bit more. Chauncey, I don't know what you're doing. I really don't. There you go. Now you got a shot at the Rodney. You take it. Chattanooga, you might want to turn north. Only just to minimize the risk of taking a torpedo to the face. Particularly a friendly torpedo. I can't read that. I want to say it says 21 seconds, but I can't read it because it's, you know, it's cut off. You have some amount of time between it's ready and it's not ready. The Delaware I know has a torpedo. Can you happen to fire at that Euryalus just to get it out of here? You can't. Maybe the Arizona can, though. The Arizona can. Really need to do that? Because I'm pretty sure it's not actually moving that fast. I feel like that arc is a little off for something to actually be effective. Michigan. I'm pretty sure you don't have a oh, you actually do have a shot on that Magnificent. Well, I'm pretty sure it is continuing the turn, so I will let you fire your torpedo. Well, if it was continuing its turn, it straightened out pretty damn fast. Okay, that transport's gonna sink. Let's start bringing our destroyers in now. Try and get these battleships out. Battle Division 5 is going to keep them busy. Well, not busy, but it's going to keep pushing them north. Beale's taking a bit of a beating. Still has a torpedo left. You know what? Just take your shot. And both of you guys are out of ammo. I'm going to pull you out of the main fight, but I'm not going to take you out of the battle, because I might still have a use for you. Chattanooga. Oh yeah, you're going to turn. Oh, never mind. Okay, the torpedo ran out of range. The Drake class looks different for some reason. It looks smaller than the Rodneys by quite a bit. Huh. I mean, I guess, yeah, sure, it's 2,800 tons smaller, but the model just looks a lot smaller than it probably should be for an 11,000 ton thing. The Charlotte's not that much bigger. And the model on the Charlotte just looks so much larger for some reason. And maybe it's just me that thinks that. I don't know. Either way, we're sinking us a Drake if we can. The Dale might have a shot on that Rodney. You do. Take it. Brett, you should have a shot. Really? You don't have a shot on the Drake there? I'm surprised. That you say you don't have a shot on anything at all. That is weird. That you say you have literally none whatsoever. Dale, you go ahead and fire. Please don't be a dud. The Illinois is taking a bit of a beating. And I needed to turn. Well, the Connecticut took a hit, but it ended up being a dud, so that's nice. The Dale is sinking, and the Stret is gonna be following shortly thereafter, because it's just not gonna survive. But it's all the Stret there is also proving it is absolutely worthless, because as far as it can tell, it has no targets to fire its torpedoes at, despite the fact that there are very clearly things that should be within firing range and firing arc. But so be it. You can fire on that Canada class, which is probably going to turn. So go ahead and try it. Seattle, you can also... Really, you can't? That's... Really? Okay, can you fire on that Andromeda? No. Okay, what about the Memphis? Nope. The Pueblo definitely isn't going to. The Canada didn't turn, which is kind of shocking, because I really did expect it to. Oh, and now it turns, but, you know, it turns the wrong way after it's past the torpedo. You have a shot on that Drake, take it. Sturret. You still say you have absolutely 0 targets. You got a Canada that's literally right on top of you, and you still say you don't have a shot. Okay, I'm just gonna take you off of don't fire your torpedoes, and you just fire your torpedoes if you think you got something. Maybe then you'll be able to hit something, I don't know. I'm gonna lower my ships down to cruising speed. Or not cruising speed, lower my ships down to 20 knots for the non-destroyers if they can. That Rodney needs a hit. Okay, somebody fired a torpedo. Was that you? Did you? Oh, now you say you have targets. Of course, now you think you have targets. Case of the game bugging out, I think. Maybe it thinks it has too many targets, that it says it has none. I don't know. Give me that Rodney. That Rodney's taking a torpedo. Okay, well, we hit a light cruiser, and you sunk it. Wonderful. You fired another torpedo. Rodney took a hit. Wonderful. Burrows. Need you to come over here. That Rodney is still going strong, actually. Ah, forget it. Save your torpedo. Chattanooga. Oh, well, Huron. If I turn you. San Diego should have a shot on that Persian. Wrong Persian. Right Persian, but apparently you don't have a shot. I think you need to turn just a little bit more and you're a little slow. Game claims heavy damage on that Europa. I call BS. Because it's still apparently traveling at 15 knots, which, again, my experience indicates that means it's not actually that badly damaged. That Magnificent is trying to sneak past me. I'm not a fan of that. Hopkins, you come down here. You're going to knock out that Rodney again. Apparently nobody else has managed to do it just yet. Oh yeah, the Dale is different. For some reason I was thinking of the Dale as the Barry down here. I was like, okay, apparently the Dale fired its torpedoes from the grave. Which I'm fine with, if it wants to do that. I won't stop it. That's Royal Oak. There we go. Right up the front. And that's why you get no hits. Oh boy. Hopkins, I wanted you to go for that Rodney, and then you kind of got... Well, you didn't get distracted. It just moved. In a different way than I expected it to. That transport needs to sink. Ah, wonderful. You guys are sort of gonna have to turn, mostly in part because you're kind of going straight into a giant mess. You need to make your way to Portland if you possibly can. I think you can. It's just gonna be a bit of a push. And looks like the Perkins is deciding to take command of this division now, which is kind of annoying. It screws with everything. No, game. Pause, damn you. I think it just went through 2 cycles. Maybe 3. I wasn't really paying that much attention. Connecticut seems to be doing okay. It's taking some hits, but nothing that little paint and spit and shine shouldn't be able to take care of. I want you guys to take care of that Magnificent. It doesn't help that the game decided to go through multiple turns that I didn't want it to go through. That kind of screwed with everything. Do you have a shot on that Niobe? I'm probably not going to take it, but I'm just curious. Don't, okay. Actually, go for that Royal Oak. I'll have the Huron go after that Drake. And that Rodney. You're going after Magnificent. Battleships here are heading straight up, and they're just going to try and shoot everything. Perkins. Well, you got a lot of targets to choose from. Got Royal Sovereign, a Rodney, and Anson. 2 Ansons, in fact. I'm going to go for the Ansons over here. If I can. I'm going to break the burrows off, though. I'm going to still take control of it, though, but I'm breaking it off to do its own thing. You guys go full speed. Damage, I know you are, but that's just what you're gonna have to deal with. You have a shot on any of these guys? None of them. You're gonna have to turn a little bit more. Which requires you to actually turn and follow my orders. But, of course, you can't do that. You got a shot on this Rodney. Fire it. Burrows rammed into something. You know what? No. Do a low speed. Thank you for that Rodney. You are gonna just try and sail the hell out of here. Montana, do you happen to have a shot on that Anson there? You do, in fact. Oh, that Anson's gonna take it. Wonderful. That Perkins is gonna sink. And the Burrows, I think, got rammed again. I'm not sure if it rammed into something the first time, but definitely the second time I think it got rammed. Please tell me you have a shot on this Drake. You do. Wonderful. Take it. I kind of forgot about the Magnificent up here, but you guys are still going strong. Don't think any transports have managed to sneak by us. I need you to get away from that Persian. Okay, we still have plenty of time until nightfall. The Burrows is out of torpedoes. Drake, Rodney, wonderful. Is that guy's still trying to go strong, so... Montana, I need to give that Anson another parting gift, although you can't, because it's on the wrong side. Pretty sure the Nevada is not going to have a shot. Oh no, the Nevada might, actually. No, Nevada says it's got nothing, apparently. There you go. Now the Nevada says it has a shot. I don't know what that Anson's doing, though, so... Yeah, no, that's gonna hit. You guys need to turn, because that Andromeda, I think, is trying to line up a torpedo run on you. That Drake's going down, so I need to take care of that Royal Oak. That Rodney over there is annoying me still. Destroyer doing all the way up here. I get the feeling it's actually very badly damaged. The game just refuses to tell me that it actually is very badly damaged. Oh, the Hopkins. I'm a little surprised you'd made it, wherever you did. Oh yeah, Perkins is gonna sink. Its engines are destroyed, I think, from those rams, and it has no torpedoes, so it can't do anything for me, so we can just kind of ignore it. Okay, there's the Perkins, and the Burroughs is down as well. Luckily, they all managed to use their torpedoes, so it's okay. We're not losing out. We're missing out on anything. Need to sink more of these battleships, because those are the things giving them the vast majority of their score. Turn north. Change course. That Anson is still going. Ohio, do you have a shot on that Anson? Because it just does not quit, apparently. Okay, that... Well, yeah, game says 10 knots, but 10 knots does not actually mean 10 knots. 10 knots mean somewhere around there. Anson took a torpedo. Seattle. Please tell me you didn't use yours. Because I got a nice Rodney here that's coming for you. Wrong Rodneys. And of course, the one on this side is expended. I assume it's going to be the same for the Charlotte here. Yep. Memphis, do you happen to have one? I mean, I don't think you have a shot right now. Thanks, guys. Nevada just took a torpedo. That's something I'm gonna have to look at. So we'll look at the Nevada in just a moment. Fire. Nevada. Where's the Nevada again? Ah, the Nevada's over here. Ah. Well, the Nevada managed to explode on impact. Magazine hit. Rodney managed to take that torpedo. Wonderful. Magnificent. Still don't have a shot on you. Well, at least I'm 99% certain I still don't have a shot on you. I figured as much. The Henley's taking damage, so it's going to slow down. Which is annoying because the Magnificent has a max speed of 19, and for all as far as I know, it might be going that max speed. Okay, you can close down or slow down to cruising speed now, because that Persian is outside of your range, and I think you're going to be... Well, it's outside of your range, and I think you're outside of its range. Knock out that Drake. You guys are going to turn away from the Drake. On San Diego, please tell me you got a shot. It's outside of your, or you've expended rather. Okay, Henley, you're breaking off. I'm gonna have you break off. You're still gonna keep doing something to try and draw its fire, but the Amem is going to be the one leading the charge this time. Where's the Connecticut? There it is. You guys just keep going away. Seattle, did your rudder get hit? It did. So we're down a battleship. I don't think we've officially sunk any of their battleships yet. So we have severely damaged some of them, so they should sink at some point. Oh my god, this damn Magnificent is annoying. Fired torpedo. Okay, the Henley just fired a torpedo, I think, at that Andromeda. Did the rudder get hit? No. For some reason, the Ohio's just decided to break off. Not sure why. Chattanooga, you come back. You restore control Seattle? You did. Wonderful. You go north. Michigan, you go north. Charlotte. I think I'm going to break the Charlotte off, and you're going to go south. Well, not south-south. You're going to go southwest. Towards the wreckage of the Barry. Are you guys firing on? You're firing on an Anson that's way out there. How about you fire on the Royal Sovereign that is right in front of you, if I can find it. A little hard to... God, this is such a mess. Okay, so I don't know what that I wish I could just like mark this. Like I wish I could use that to just click on somebody and it would choose that target, but it doesn't do that, so I don't know what division that Royal Sovereign is in. It's possible it's in a division with that Anson division that they're firing on, but it's just, you know, way the hell out there. And they're firing on the wrong ship. The Connecticut would be much more effective firing on the Royal Sovereign, I think. Yeah, that's within 4,000 yards. You should be able to pen that, right? Oh no, that's 11 inches of belt. Yeah, no, you're not penning that. Never mind. 2 inches of deck, though. That's easy enough, I think, for you, right? No. Oh, god. Damn thing turned. You know, you say you have a shot on the Magnificent. Take it, and you... Henley's leaving. And the men just took a nice big... What? 13-inch shell to the engine room. Yeah, you're getting out of here too, and I'm... Well, do you have a shot? If you do, just take it. If you don't, you know what? Fire a random shot down there at the Drake. You never know what could hit. Hopkins, is your... No, you're just doing a turn in a bit of a weird way. Damn it, Drake. You guys have your torpedoes? On one side, I don't know about the other. You're reloading on the starboard. Battle. Ah, game didn't quite pause at the right time for me to say you have a shot on the Rodney. New Jersey. Guys, you need to turn. Need to get you guys back into the main fight with these battleships. Chattanooga, you more or less keep your current heading. That Rodney's going slow. I'm assuming it took a hit. You might want to actually turn north. Just to minimize risk of taking a torpedo from that Cossack. Guys, turn south. You guys are the guys that used up all your torpedoes already. Pueblo just took a torpedo. Bad is it? It's pretty bad. Pueblo, I'm gonna break you off and you're gonna go home. Not AI controlled though, because then you will just never actually get home. Because pathing can be atrocious at times. Almost have a shot on that Royal Sovereign. Almost have a shot. Turn just a little bit, and he turned the wrong way. Michigan, you're chasing after the Rodney there, that's fine, whatever. Connecticut, you don't have torpedoes, yes. Because the point is, you're not supposed to get close enough to, you know, torpedo stuff. So that's at least the plan. This is one of those, and now we see how well that's working out, situations. Oh, Henley's dead. Well, it might as well be at least. Hopkins can still go strong. Charlotte. Oh yes, that's why I was pulling you out because you took a torpedo, I think it was, right? I'm pretty sure it was a torpedo that you took. Yeah, game doesn't say anything about torpedoes, but 99% certain you took a torpedo. Or was that the Pueblo? Yeah, that was the Pueblo that took one. The Charlotte, I think, just took a big shot. And I need to minimize losses as much as physically possible. While, of course, maximizing damage as much as physically possible. San Diego, please tell me you have a shot on that Drake. Well, it doesn't show the Drake in here at all, as far as I can tell. So, oh, there it is. It is either outside your arc, or you've expended the torpedo on that side. I'm not 100% certain. Do you have a shot on that Anson? Do, so it's the port side, so... Yeah, you've expended your torpedo on that side. Do you not happen to have a shot on that Royal Oak? You don't, actually. That is kind of sad. What about this Anson down here? Do you have a shot on that? Just take it. Memphis, you fired your torpedo on that side, right? I think that's what it was. Fired your torpedo on that side at somebody else. Shame, because, you know, that could have been useful. I need the Memphis to get the hell out of the way. That the Illinois can drop a torpedo in the water at this Rodney. Enemy Anson takes a torpedo, wonderful. Not enough to really do any serious damage, and the Huron has taken quite the beating. You're gonna go... Whoops. You're gonna go east. Northeast. Because that'll minimize the number of enemies that you run into. At least as much as possible. Charlotte, I need you to... Never mind, I didn't actually need you to turn. You might have a shot. You. Take it. Need to sink this Royal Sovereign. And it took a hit. Game's rendering the torpedo as having gone through because... Yeah. You might have a shot on this Rodney now. You don't. Really? Or is it actually outside your arc? I'm not 100% certain. It's very hard to tell what your arc is. It was outside your arc. Okay, those guys turned off. Need you to turn in on them. San Diego, you fired all your torpedoes, so you... Well, at least for now. You're reloading again, right? You are. Michigan, do you have a shot on this Rodney? Wrong Rodney. Wrong Rodney. Not quite, you need to go a little bit further ahead. Enemy Rodney take a torpedo, wonderful. Now you might have a shot on him. Yep, you do, fire it. Don't know if he's gonna keep that turn though. Well, either way, it looks like the torpedo went just under him. Memphis is reloading. Connecticut is gonna keep this turn. Or maybe not. No. Tighten the turn. San Diego took a torpedo. San Diego's getting the hell out of here. Oh, it's probably gonna sink, I'm afraid. But I'm still gonna let it try. Okay, so have we sunk any of their battleships out of curiosity? Because I really feel like by now we should have sunk some of their battleships, but it doesn't look like it. Which is surprising to say the least, because, come on guys, really? None. Okay, Hopkins, you need to fire these torpedoes off in very quick succession and then get the hell out. I kind of forgot about you, I'm afraid. Royal Sovereign took a torpedo. Which Royal Sovereign? That Royal Sovereign. That one's probably gonna sink, so let's... I don't know what that Rodney's doing. I don't know why that Rodney's going so slow, in fact. Seattle's on fire, though. Michigan, you go back south. But Rodney, that's still going strong. I don't know why you guys broke up. Actually, yeah, no, keep that heading. There's destroyers down there for you to take care of. Memphis, you need to reload. I'm gonna turn you off. You're gonna go south-ish. Going, Connecticut, turn. Turn again. Avoid taking any torpedoes as much as physically possible. Your torpedo is on port side. At the right. Yeah, that Rodney seems to have taken a beating, but it's not quite dead yet. Of transports you can sink, so you do that. Oh, good, the destroyers here got back together. Wonderful. So they kind of got to run the gauntlet of battleships. Oops, I did not mean for you guys to change your orders. Trying to select these guys. Michigan's down to 50%. Ohio, you keep going. San Diego, you still got tons of flooding, so keep going at a measly 5 knots. I can't quite tell if most of their guys are trying to leave or not. It's a little hard to tell. That Royal Sovereign kind of looks like it's heading for us, which does kind of lead me to believe it's attempting a torpedo run, which I'm not a fan of. When the enemy does it, of course. I need to go ahead and fire. Okay. Royal Sovereign, you have a high. Do it. Seattle's running low on ammo. Henley's sinking. We ended up with all misses there. Seattle continues to burn. So it doesn't look to be spreading, or if it is, it's spreading at the same time as it's being put out, so it doesn't really affect anything significantly. That Rodney's still traveling at 15, which means it's still going strong, at least in theory. Were the Montana and New Jersey always together, or did they just group up now? I don't recall them being together before, personally. You have a shot on this Rodney? No, doesn't look like you do. I'd have to turn you around, which is unlikely to happen. You guys gotta get the hell out of there. Henley not going to escape. Hanson and a Drake, though. Well, the Drake's still going strong. Memphis needs to get out of there. Taking quite a bit of damage now. Beale is sinking. Yeah, forget that Royal Sovereign, it's going slow. Oh, the Seattle's also got flooding it's got to take care of, because of course it does. Again, we still have apparently not sunk any of their battleships. I don't know how. Like, seriously, game. None. At all. I honestly find that very hard to believe. It does not make a whole hell of a lot of sense. We have sunk absolutely 0 of their battleships. Considering how many freaking torpedo runs we've done on them. I don't know why it's talking about the Beale at all. Beale was sinking. I don't really care anymore about anything that's going on with it. Guys, slow down to cruising. Somebody fired a torpedo. New Jersey. Okay, New Jersey, that's gonna miss. I don't know why you thought it was gonna hit. I was getting you out of there, wasn't I? Was, yes. So you go northwest now. San Diego, no more flooding. Squadron Max, get out of there. There we go. Now we sunk a battleship of theirs, and the Seattle fires a torpedo at something. Ah, the Rodney, and of course it misses. Seattle, you gotta get out of there. Montana's firing a torpedo at... Why do you guys fire torpedoes at armored cruiser? And that misses. New Jersey's taking quite the beating. I'm going to get the New Jersey out of there. Battleships are a little too important for me to be losing. We already lost to Nevada. Issue is, how do I get you out of there? I guess straight west is going to be your best route out. And there's my timer. Yeah, these bigger battles tend to be able to take multiple parts. That's just something we're going to have to deal with for this series. Let this go just a little bit more, see if we can maybe wrap it up, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Connecticut's taking quite a bit of damage, and we don't have a lot of New Mexicos, so I may want to break the Connecticut off. Yeah, I probably am gonna do that. New Mexico, change of plans. You're going southwest because these guys decided to change course and start going north again. Ohio. Did I break you off because you took damage, or are you... Is it just that I forgot about you? I think I might have just forgot about you, to be honest. But it's very hard to tell. Michigan just took a hit to the engine room. Doesn't seem to have impacted its speed at all, though. On Michigan. You have an opportunity to get another torpedo off on this Rodney. And the fires on the Seattle are raging out of control, so the ship is officially sunk. It's kind of a shame Ohio misunderstands signal. Ohio, what are you doing now? Whatever, that's fine. And Michigan has now got a fire. Because Rodney there decided to turn. I don't have a torpedo. To get a torpedo hit on it. And you turn in. You guys keep going after the Magnificent. Basically, the only things I've really got left are my battleships. Everything else is pretty much going home. Hopkins, I'm pretty sure I told you to go home, but I kind of sent you in the wrong direction, apparently. My bad. And we're barely any time elapsed. I really don't like that they're heading straight north. I'm going to tell the Huron to go south. I know you guys are almost out of ammo, especially for your main guns. More hits on the Magnificent. Michigan, what are you doing? Oh, you got that fire. Go down to 10 knots. Again, so few of their battleships sunk. Compared to what it probably should be. Ohio, where are you? You're still going strong. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go ahead and end this part here. We'll continue this in the next part, because this is just gonna drag on. So I will see you all next time, but until then, goodbye and farewell.